Hi, this is a story about time. This is Arsen Papa SOOB, the Ageless Attitude Ambassador. And before I tell the story, I want to thank the many people that I've met at seminars and workshops in the last 3 or 4 years who have taken their time to share their thoughts and their stories and their passions with me. People who took the time to listen to my stories and passions and thoughts and ideas and this old guy. Also the ones who stopped and said that they were inspired just because I was at the seminar. I was there trying to learn new skills, things that I could do and what worth I would have in the world. But let me get to the story. It's a story I heard the other day that touched my life. It's a story of a widow, a young boy, and a caring neighbor. It goes like, "Hi, Mr. Belser died last night and the funeral's on Wednesday." And there's a silence at the other end as the young man was playing a reel in his head of the years gone by and memories. "Jack, are you there?" "Oh, sorry, Mom. I was just kind of reminiscing, and quite honestly, I haven't thought about Mr. Belser for years. I thought he had died a number of years ago." "Well, Jack, he never forgot about you. Every time I saw him, he'd ask how you were doing. He'd reminisce many, many times about what he would call the times that you were on his side of the fence." Oh man, Mom, I love that old house. "Jack, you know, when your dad died, Mr. Belser wanted to make sure that you continue to have a man influence in your life. He knew that was important." "Well, Mom, he taught me carpentry, and I wouldn't be in the business I'm in now if it wasn't for him, and he taught me everything he thought was important." "I'll be at the funeral, Mom." True to his word, even though he was busy, Jack flew out to the funeral. The funeral was uneventful. Mr. Belser had never had any children of his own, and most of his relatives had passed away. He'd lived a simple life. Well, the night before they were getting ready to go back to work, Jack was getting ready to go back to work, he and his mom went to the house for one more time. Went back to that old house. And as they approached the doorway and started to go in, and Jack paused for a moment, and it was like going in a new dimension, back in space and time. And as they walked in, every step brought a new memory. The picture on the wall flooded back good thoughts. Piece of furniture. Everything was exactly as he had remembered it. And then suddenly, he stopped. "What's wrong, Jack?" "It's gone." "What's gone?" "The gold box." What gold box?" "Mr. Belser, he had a gold box on his desk. Had it locked all the time. And I must have asked him 1,000 times as a kid, 'What's in that box?' And all he'd ever say is, 'It's my most valued possession.'" I guess one of the relatives must have taken the box. Now, never going to know what was in it. "Well, I better get home and get to bed, Mom. I got an early flight." A couple of weeks later, Jack came home from work. In his mailbox was that note that we've all seen. "Signature required. No one was home. Please come to the post office in the next 3 days." Well, the next day, Jack went down to the post office, and he got the package. The writing on it was old and looked like it was 100 years old. But up in the corner, he could make out the return address. And it said, Harold Belser. Well, he took the package to his car and he quickly ripped it open and looked inside, and sure enough, there was a gold box in an envelope. So he opened the envelope up, and in there was a note that read, upon my death, please deliver the box and its contents. These are the most valued possessions in my life. To Mr. Jack Bennett. Well, Jack took the key that was taped to the envelope and unlocked the box. As they opened that box, inside was the most beautiful gold pocket watch he had ever seen. He ran his hands over the etching of the watch, found the latch, and he opened the latch. And as he looked on the inside of the watch, there engraved in the watch were these words, Jack, thank you for your time. The thing he valued the most was my time. Jack closed the watch, called his office, canceled his appointments for a couple of days. Janet, his assistant, said, what's wrong, Jack? Something happened? No, Janet. I got some friends I need to spend some time with. And oh yes, Janet, thanks for your time. Now, I hope this story has maybe touched your life, made you think about some people in your life that you have spent some time with that you need to get back to. Hope it's brightened your day. It did me. Now, in closing, let me say one more thank you for somebody who spent time preparing a script, preparing a presentation, delivering that presentation during his workshops. Spent time after the presentations answering questions. People that have touched my life in the last 4 or 5 years. Men and women like Les Brown, Lynn Rose, Mark Victor Hansen, Dr. Julie Van Putten, Dwight Pledger, Dan Smith, Julia Morelli, Ann DeVere, R.V. Robinson, Michelle Prince, Eric Laughlin, Bob Doyle, James Malachek, J.T. Fox, Chris Howard, Gary Cox, Richard Dice, Wendy Lipton Deppner, just to mention a few. Also, some people that you may not know their names, but they're very important to me, who have poured their life into me over the years. Tom Summers, Richard Smith, Bob Myers, Tom Marcella, Jack Hanna, and of course, my children and grandchildren, whose time I value the most. God bless you. You have a great day. I hope that you'll be able to share this message of time with somebody that you care about. Have a great day. This is Papa Soob, and remember, the time of your life is right now. See you next time.